So I want to thank everybody for joining us for the OneHome introductory webinar today. My name is Janine Gardner, and I'm excited to bring this to you. On December 5th, we will all have a new way, basically emailing our customers through the auto email. And this program is called the OneHome. So what I'm going to do today is just a very quick introductory so that you can get comfortable and know what's going to change. Today is just to get used to it and see what we have to offer for the OneHome. I think you guys are going to get excited about this. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your customers, what they're going to see. So we're going to start off class by showing you what you have first so that you can get comfortable with it and the updates and the changes. And then I'm going to go in as a customer and show you what their view is and how they get to work some of the features. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead first and share my screen. Okay, and I'm going to first, as always, go right into Real Comp as though I was the actual agent. So we're going to deal with you first. What do you see? How do you work this? How do you get to explain it to your customer? So I'll log into Real Comp Online. And let's pretend I did a search. And I'm going to just close out these different announcements here. And by the way, you'll be able to watch the tutorials, even if you before you receive this one or ongoing through the welcome to RCO Matrix and OneHome. You'll also be able to get to it through realcomp.com. And I'll show you that before we end so that you have a place to go back to. But let's assume that I went ahead and I did a search. And I need to go ahead and check out my customer's auto email here. So I'm going to go up to my RCO and come on down to auto emails. When I click on the link here and I click on open in OneHome here, open up. This is your view. And you'll be able to see this. I'm just going to kind of move some things around here so I can see a little bit better. You'll notice it says you're in the agent preview mode. So let's take this step by step. Most of this information you already know how to do because it's just pulling over from the auto email that we're using now, just maybe with a different little look to it. So at the very top, you have your updates are coming from your particular customer. Below that, you have the number of results, and they can sort, you can sort by the newest, highest, lowest in the status. You'll also be able to click on, sometimes you think, what is my criteria? You can click on search criteria and read what you put in for your customer as their criteria. Let's talk about the look of the page. So you have your map view. If I go into my upper right-hand corner, this is the map view. We also have the galley view. And we have our line view, which you're able to, oh, there we go. You're able to see all the properties in a one-liner too. So you still have the same options here. You actually can also do a new search if you need it to. So I'm going to go back to the map here because I want to dig into that and again and show you all the features that you have here. When we click onto the map view, let's talk about a particular property. When I click on the photo, up comes the listing. And if I click on the photo itself, it opens up to that view that we're used to. I call it the supersized view, if you will, because you get to see the property. And even as you go through, it feels like you're actually in the room. So you still have that option. I will go ahead and close that out. Oops. Let's do that there. Just move that around. And if we look at the rest of the listing, again, you can view all the photos here. And now they open up in the galley view. Or you can go back to photos and look at them individually. And you will always close out with the X here next to the address. But scrolling down, you get all the other details, the remarks section, the feature section. If I click on the property details here, the down arrow, it'll open up so that you get to see the rooms, the building details. So it's a nice clean report that, as you can see. Here's the other features. So the pricing, terms, location, and the schools in the area. Now, not just the schools, but you also get the school rating. So it starts with the elementary school. You can click on the middle school, high school, and the private schools in the area. And if there are additional schools, it'll say down below, you can load more. Scrolling down, you also get travel time. So you can actually calculate the traveling time, put in your destination, and you'll be able to see how long it takes you to get to said spot. But we'll have more fun with that when we log in as the customer. You also get the public records. And if there's any open houses, not on this particular listing, you would see where they are actually scheduled. Scrolling down, now you don't get to fill this in as a favorite for your customer, but they will. And then your information's down at the bottom here, contact information. As I continue scrolling down, you do get neighborhood information. How long is it going to take you to walk the neighborhood, bike it, or drive through? And then you get the pricing history and the tax information. And then down below, there's similar properties to the one that you are currently looking at now. It pulls from the search criteria that you did for your customer. Now, you could look at the property going previous or next, or you could go back to all of the properties. One thing that I do want to point out here, and again, we'll dig into this a little bit deeper when we talk with the customer. Notice that you have your favorites here with the heart, and you also have a thumbs down for if they don't like it. Notice because I'm in the agent view, if I clicked on it to try to do any of those, it tells me, sorry, nope, you can't. You're in the agent preview. So you can't make those changes for your customer. But they will be able to click on the monthly breakdown and fill in those different pricings to see if they could afford the property or what it will cost them. You can write a note to them. They also can write a note to you. And then again, you can set up a compare for them. If you wanted to pull from the search and say, here's other properties that are just like yours, here you have it. Here's something exciting, market insights. If I click on view insights, it opens up, shows me the map, shows me the medium, like price and owner occupied, renter occupied in the area with the grid, shows me the different demographics. And it also does a demographic breakdown for you for each property. So I can list it by age, I can do education. I can click the down arrow and even do marital status. And all of this your customer will receive too. It's just nice that you have it in your view as well. So I'll go ahead and close out that neighborhood sites. And we'll go ahead and click on back to listing. No, I believe this is one that actually has, let's see here, scroll down a little bit. An open house. Let's find one that does. I do want you to see that if it is available to see. Let's see on the listing here. Aha, here's one that has an open house. So when I give that a click, and I can scroll on down, it even has a virtual tour as well that I can click on. Scrolling down a little bit lower, here's the open house and here's how it shows. And you can actually click on add to calendar. And if you're on your Outlook or your Gmail, whatever you're linked to, you can put that in your calendar so that you know that it's scheduled there and it will show up for your calendar. So Very nice, really cool, easy look. If you wanted to go back to all of the listings instead of going previous and next, you can click on all listings and you're back here at square one. So that is your look